Today we're playing Lawyer Up Solo, just the base box version before the second edition one has released, and it only works with case 00. But we're going to be doing the short game, which is just the opening statements in the case. We have 3 witnesses each to go through, and the winner is the one who can sway most of the witnesses to their side after all witnesses have been called. Here are our 6 key witnesses, and we are the prosecution, as the rulebook is a bit questionable and doesn't say if you can play defence solo, so I'm just going to be Miles Edgeworth for the session. Anyway, as the judge is in our favour for now, we get to call our first witness, and we bring Dr. Van Houten to the box, who lets us sway the number 6 juror to our side and gives us 4 points. Now we have to draw 5 cards and play one of them, matching the symbols to the witness. I play the Bray Report, and it's a neutral gain of 1 point. You then draw a card for the bot and place it. If the symbols match, they gain the points, but this is a 0 card, so they get nothing for that. But after rolling on the chart, they get 3 points for the justice symbol and don't rest. I decide to play the Media Circus card as it gives me 4 points, meaning I'm now on 9. The bot is really pushing to win this witness though, as they play Reasonable Doubt and go up to 8 points. I go for the moral argument and go up to 15 points, with the bot doing exactly the same and swaying juror 6. But they don't get any points. I then sidebar, something you can do once per witness, and draw a card. The bot charms the judge, so gains 2 points, putting them on 10, whilst I play the only viable card I've got left and go up to 18 points, basically passing at this stage and being left at the mercy of the bot. The bot gets 3 points from their plea to the judge and continues on, whilst I can't. But after resting, we get super lucky with them drawing just 2 points and then deciding to rest. So they have 15 points to our 18, and so we win the witness, gaining 1 sway, and we pick juror number 6. That only gives us 3 points with which to sway jurors though, as you compare the totals and take away from the highest number of the others. So I just sway the first and second juror to my side, meaning I have 8 to their 4, but we have 5 witnesses left to go through. The bot now gets to call the next witness as they gain the judge's favour, and they call Mr. Antonius to the stand, gaining 4 points and swaying back the 6th juror. They just can't make their minds up. The bot goes first with key evidence, but as the symbols don't match, they don't get any points. I have to sidebar and draw a card as I'm unprepared for this witness, it seems. The bot brings new evidence and gains 2 points, and so I decide to counter it and gain 2 points myself. The bot goes for a good old bribe and gets himself 4 points, putting his total on 10. So all I can do now is say no further arguments, gain 4 points, putting me on 6, and resting as is. It was basically the only card I could play. My hand was shocking, and I've accepted defeat with this witness. And the defence knows it as they show some phone logs and rest on 13 points, swaying a Hart juror. As they won Henry though, he swayed 2 jurors, and they spent 7 points swaying the 4 and 3 from me, so I only have 3 jurors on my side now. It's getting tense already. And since we sidebarred and got judge's favour last turn, it once again flips to the defence, and they call Luke Weiser, who gives them 3 points. Drawing a counter argument to begin with, they gain themselves 5 points, putting them on 8. I play the industrial oven evidence though, which gives me 2 points. They go for the clear evidence argument but get 0 points. I sidebar once again to draw a card, whilst they call a recess and find striped canvases in the buried evidence, gaining 2 points and putting them on 10. I then go for a good old-fashioned bribe myself, letting me put 2 cards from my deck into the play area and boosting my points up to 10. What a play that was. They play the Rembrandt Report, gaining 3 points but not much else. I play Key Evidence, gaining 2 points. Wish I'd have played this card earlier, but I suddenly forgot. Mistakes are made in the heat of the moment. They tamper with evidence but get 0 points. And I play the Legal Argument, gaining us 6 points and putting us on 18. They play a Legal Argument also though, gaining 3 points, putting them on 16. They sway a juror and then pass. So I play Clear Evidence just for the 3-point gain and win the witness 21 to 16. So I sway a Hearts juror for winning, and then I spend 5 points to win over a 3 and a 2. I'm still losing at this point, but I now get to call the next witness. And that will be Yuri Volkov, who gives us 3 points. I get to place first, and I put a procedure card to one side for future use. They do the same but get 5 points. I play the Greater Good Argument, which nets me 3 points, putting me on 6 total. They try to go for a surprise witness and get 1 point. I then discredit the witness, which means I lose 3 points, but I have a bit of a cunning plan. They get 3 points from the argument, putting them on 9. I then show off some love letters, meaning I get 3 points, but his victory condition is cancelled. They get nothing from point of law, but they do sway 1 bias. I then play Crime and Punishment, meaning I gain 5 and go up to 11 total. But the defence rests on 9 points after driving home the point. And now since I have the lay of the land, I can now go to town on this guy as I sidebar to gain a card and then play the painting to gain 5 points. I play my procedure to basically get me the chance to play the auction records, which gets me 4 points along with a painting. And then I can play that painting to gain 5 points, putting me on 25 and easily winning me the witness. And with 16 points to spend, we gain both 6-point jurors and a 4.1 back into our favour, meaning we are now 7 up with 2 witnesses left. They now have judges' favour though, and so call Mr. Mediani to the stand, gaining 2 points. And they shoot ahead with 8 points after getting some buried evidence. I actually sidebar straight away to draw a card, and they go for an evidential argument, but they gain 0 points from it. So I now steady myself and address the jury, swaying 1 of them and gaining 2 points. The bot now plays some bureaucratic reports and gains 5 points, putting them on 13. I then show the threats of violence, which gains me 4 points. They show off some blackmail notes, which gains them 4 points overall, putting them on 17 total, and resting, meaning we have some work to do. So I play the new evidence procedure, which means I lose the judge's favour, but I get to put in the docs surveillance and gain 3 points. That lets me place down a painting for 5 points, and I drive home the point, giving me 3 points, but it does mean we end up level pegging on 17 each. And yes, the defence wins the witness, but there's no sway on the jurors, and so it comes down to our last witness, Vivienne Tarala, who gives us 2 points. And we start off with an impassioned plea, which nets us 3 extra points. And they gain 5 from an incident report, so it's currently a draw. We use our charming demeanour though to gain 2 points, the judge's favour, and we also get another action, so we decide to sidebar to draw a card. They get yet another 5 points on their client list evidence though, and so they are really pushing me on this one. I just use the co-cancel card for no gain, but it could be curtains for the defence here as they play an evidence and get 1 of the buried evidence donation documents in play, but it does mean the defence rests for the last time on 13 points. And it means I can play an emotional argument that nets me 8 points from the hearts, giving me a total of 15, and I can end it at that point by winning the witness. As 2 points is enough for me to secure Juror 2 and claim 9 of the 12 witnesses in the opening statements, meaning I win the game. So what do I think of this? Well, it's not good. The theme is definitely original, and there's no other game on the market like this one, but I can't help but be disappointed with the overall outcome of the game as a strictly solo experience. If you're solo only, like I am, this game is lackluster and the mode just feels tacked on. I know 2nd edition has a fix, and I've got that one coming in future. I joined the Game Found. But right now, this is basically unenjoyable for me, as I feel I've only got half a game. There's 2 cases in the box, and you can only realistically play one. And with the way the cards and rolls work, you can't exactly build a viable strategy to go against the bot consistently, as the rolls suddenly grant them extra points, sometimes 5, and it just blows you out the water if you roll poorly. And it's unfair and needs addressing, especially when they can just randomly stop when they have a great advantage also, which would mean that they could continue on and get more points. And it means that they sometimes just give you free rein to just go out there and win. It's just not thought out well enough for me. And if you play the second trial with this, I ended up just locking everyone in of the expensive jurors really early, as I found that once you've done that, the bot can't win, as they just haven't got the power to unlock the locked jurors. And it's disappointing. And I also am a little bit miffed about the way the evidence works and how randomly you get it. It destroys the immersion of the theme, where you're sometimes just shouting out random arguments and not being able to link cards up so well that your avatar is having like a Jim Carrey liar outburst 1 minute, with him next witness just producing tons upon tons of evidence cards, and they sometimes just don't feel relevant to the witness who's in the box. And so I found myself constantly not bothering reading the cards or even bothering to follow the trial or the understanding of the trial, and I found it became just a random number generator game where you just match up symbols with the highest number. And it's disappointing. Hopefully Series 2 addresses my concerns and brings some fresh life to this mediocre game at the minute, because right now, unfortunately, I'm just done with this and I don't think I'll be playing it again. And that's bad, but thanks for watching.